Hey everybody, it's great to have you with me here today. I have a question for you this morning as we end our fast. This is the day we break our fast. Is fasting or feasting more spiritual? I want to say to you that but I want to encourage you to break your fast with joy. Now you might say, well, what do I mean by that? Well, it's more than being happy the fast is over and you get to eat whatever you want. I mean, that's a given. But what I mean is this. I think most of us think that fasting is more spiritual than feasting. But do you know that both of those are in the Bible? In fact, God gave Israel 7 holidays that are called feasts. See, fasting and feasting are both in the Bible and they're both spiritual. Now, because we think that fasting is more important or more spiritual than feasting, what can happen is when you end your fast, you can think you're about to do something less spiritual than what you were just doing when you were fasting. And that's not true. But there's a ditch on either side of the road. You see, on the feasting part, you can be a glutton, and gluttony is definitely a sin. But on the fasting side, there's also a sin, and that is denying yourself unduly nutrition in your body. And that's what the early church got caught in, called stoicism, extreme stoicism, where you think that your body is unspiritual, and so denying it is spiritual. And Paul vehemently refutes this in the New Testament. And so you see, there's a great example of this in the Bible of feasting and fasting. Israel had sinned, and so their nation had fallen apart. And so Nehemiah called them to fasting and mourning and repenting. And they obeyed, just like what we're doing. That's why we fasted these last 10 days. We are repenting for the sins of our nation. And we are fasting and asking for God's mercy on us. But you see, they got stuck in the mourning and the weeping. And Nehemiah gave them this there's a great passage here that shows what God called them to do after they had repented, sincerely repented, and is what God's calling us to do today. So look at this great passage. It says, this is 2 scriptures, Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 9 and 10. And Nehemiah, who was the governor, Ezra the priest, and the scribe, and the Levites, who taught the people, said to all the people, and that God is saying this to you today, this day is holy to the Lord your God. Do not mourn nor weep. For all the people wept when they heard the words of the law. They were cut to the heart. They were convicted about their sins and the way their nation had turned away from God. He says, then he said to them, go your way, eat the fat, drink the sweet, and send portions to those for whom nothing is prepared. For this day, today, is holy to our Lord. Do not sorrow, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. Now, it doesn't mean we're stopping seeking God for the restoration of our nation. We still have a ways to go. But what it does mean, and I'm going to fast, periodically between now and the end of the year. But what it does mean is for today, when you break your fast, do it with celebration, because there's as much feasting in the Bible as there is fasting. And the feasting is celebrating God's goodness in our lives. The fasting is to release God's goodness in our lives. So today is the day of feasting, not fasting. And so which one's more spiritual? They're equally spiritual. It just depends on what the God's calling you to do today. All right, you guys, thanks for fasting with me. You made it. You didn't die. Look at that. I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, I won't. Tomorrow's my day off. I'll see you Sunday morning at our online service, 10 a.m. right here, or Saturday night if you're in San Diego at 5 p.m. at the Trinity parking lot. Okay, you can go on our website, gatheringplacechurch.org, right there. I have it posted. And join us this Saturday night, 5 p.m. for an outdoor worship service where social distancing, wear your mask, okay? Care about others. God bless. I'll see you.